Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another day of harvest where we're going to be hauling the combines back to Central Texas to harvest wheat. Today is currently the day before where we'll be preparing the combines and getting them ready to load. That way we can haul them. Which that consists of blowing them off and cleaning them, as well as, well, I guess loading them on the trailer. So that's what we're going to do starting this morning. You can see everyone pulling these shields off, and we're going to get to blowing on the combines. So JW, Jesse, and Cody are blowing off the combines, and I'm going to come over here and export all of the work data that we captured while harvesting all of the farmers' crops. I'm not exactly sure what they use the yield maps and really all of the data maps, it's not just yield maps, for. I don't know if it's prescription like fertilizer or seed or whatever. I'm not sure how all of that works, but all I know is they want all of the data that we collect, and then they plug it into a software and they use it for next year. That's all I know. I'm not sure how all that works again, but I do know how to export all the data, and it's going to go on a little flash drive like what's plugged in right there, and we give that to the farmer. So Cody's on the air compressor and Jesse is on the leaf blower. I was running the leaf blower, and then Jesse took it out of my hands and said for me to not get dirty, and that he's already dirty. So I'm just gonna let him do it, and I'm gonna go do some other stuff like this that we have to do. And then after I get done with this, I think I'm gonna go unhook the grain cart and get that ready to load. The way that we're gonna be hauling stuff this go around is gonna be completely different again than the last move day video. Now that we have more people, as well as some hired hand vehicles. So Jesse and JW drove their own personal vehicles to South Texas. So that kind of jumbles up how move day is gonna be. I'll talk more about how we're gonna do all of that later in the video. It's gonna be a little different though. And pull that out, and there you go. Oh my gosh. It's hot outside. I think today it's supposed to get to 105. Today it's supposed to be 105, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be 109, I think. Which is about right. It is always the hottest time of the entire month that we decide to haul on. And that just so happens to be tomorrow. But Cody and Jesse have blowed off both combines. They're working on Dad's right now. I went around and did daily greasers. So I greased the fan and the back axles on the combine, and then on the headers I greased the sickle and reel. So the only thing that's left, other than blowing off the actual like side shields that go up on the combines, because that's disgusting, I guess, is to put the shields back on, fold the antennas down, pull the globes off, put the iPads, you know, not on the window, otherwise it's gonna fall off, and pulling off duals. So that's gonna be fun. We're gonna fast forward like maybe 2 hours in the video. So after we put the shields on, I took the globes off and the antennas and picked up the dual carriers. As you can see right there, we still have to take the duals off. So after that, I unhooked the grain cart, and then everyone else was blowing headers off, and we found a chunk out of a piece of tire. So we're gonna roll it up on the banana and take the tire off. Where's that split at? Nice.
Gotta get the baby powder.
It is currently 111 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and yeah, we're gonna take the doors off. Oh my gosh, it is hot. The pickup is saying 113 degrees right now. Oh, it's so hot. It is so hot that you cannot do anything without having a pair of gloves. Chains, don't even try to touch them. Same way with boomers, or even just the drop deck in general. Just don't even touch it. Or the combine trailer. Matter of fact, just don't touch anything. But we have one more thing to do today, and that is load Mom's combine. Are y'all tired of me complaining because it's hot? So I'm tired of it being hot. Alrighty. Let's go sweat some more.
Today we're going to be seeing who can hold their hand on hot metal the longest.
Oh my god.
God.
Well, good morning everyone. It is almost 7 a.m. and we already have the campers packed up and we drove out to the yard. The move day is going to be a little weird today. We're pretty much going in reverse of how we normally do it. So right now it's me pulling my camper, Mom pulling Mom and Dad's camper, JW is pulling the crew trailer, Cody is in one truck pulling a hopper. Jesse is in one truck with the drop deck, but hauling Jesse and JW's pickup. I was saying earlier how they drove their own personal vehicles here. So we have to insert that into the move day, which is kind of inconvenient, but it really doesn't matter because it's still the same amount of trips. With the amount of people that we have right now, it's gonna be 2 trips, which is fine. That's like normal. That's what we did last year and the year before that and the year before that. So nothing's really changed, but that's what Jesse's hauling. Dad is hauling Mom's combine with a hopper behind it. So the next trip, it'll be my pickup with a header. Mom will be in Dad's pickup pulling a parts trailer. JW will be in the Dodge pulling the fuel trailer. Cody will be pulling the grain cart. Jesse will be pulling the number 1 combine with the number 1 header. Dad will be pulling the number 3 combine with a number 3 header. So that's kind of how it's going so far. But today is supposed to be really hot. I think it's supposed to get up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So hauling oversized loads is a little different whenever the heat is that high. You can't drive as fast. We woke up at 6 o'clock this morning and tore down the campers. It is now 7. The sun is barely up, and we're gonna hit the road. So we're gonna get a pretty early start today and hopefully make it home before, you know, it gets super hot. So normally I do a montage on move day of us moving, but since we're going in reverse, the vlog type is going to be in the front and then the montage is going to be in the back. Also, Dad went and got breakfast burritos this morning, and this green salsa right here, that thing will light you up. If you eat too much of it, I'm sure you'll be in the ditch later down the road. The mountain's way off in the distance. The camera does absolutely no justice to that. But my gosh, is that beautiful. Dibs, what are you doing? How's the drive so far back there? Well, we've made it to Junction, Texas. And we're gonna top off with fuel here. And this should be the only stop until we get back to the shop. So that's pretty nice. Well, we finally made it back to the shop. We got the campers all set up, and we're unhooking the hopper that was on the back of the number 2 combine. And I think they have this thing unchained and all that. I'm the only person with a camper that, you know, lives in one by themselves, so it takes me a little longer to set up mine. So they have already set up their campers, came over here and unchained everything, and took the windshield cover off. This thing's ready to unload. Today we're driving back to South Texas for the second load, so we're gonna have Jesse haul both of the pickups back, because that saves, you know, 2 people having to drive pickups that are burning, you know, gas and diesel. And then Dad's gonna bobtail the 17 back, and then Cody and I are gonna take the 13 with the, I guess, the folded up combine trailer. We're gonna take that back. And then JW is also gonna ride with Jesse. And I guess Mom is also gonna ride with Dad in the bobtail. So it's only the trucks that are gonna be driving back. So anyways, let's get going this morning. Well, we made it back to South Texas. So we're gonna start loading everything. We have 2 combines and 1 grain cart to load. We're gonna pull the headers behind both combines. But anyways, let's go load some combines.
this work?
Yeah.
Well, we got everything loaded and chained down other than the grain cart. Mom and Dad are still on their way over here. They're gonna be here probably like 7 o'clock this afternoon, and then they're gonna hook onto the drop deck. And I don't know if we're gonna be loading the grain cart tonight or if we're gonna do that tomorrow morning. But either way, combines are ready to rock and roll. And since it's like a 5-hour haul, so if we left right now, it would be like 9:30, which would be dark. So we want to do it in one day. Therefore, we're going to stay the night at a motel here. We're going to wake up early and hit the road. So, without further ado, we're done here for the day. We're going to go back in the motel room and cool off. It is a brisk 102 right now, is what the pickup says, and about 90% humidity. It's warm. Well, we have our first blowout of the season. The tire that blew out is on Jesse's combine trailer. It is the driver's side back inside tire, which it being the inside tire is kind of unfortunate, but being on the back set of tires is way better than being on the front. If it's on the front, I don't know, I'd have to look at the combine to see where it's at on the trailer, but we might have to unload the combine to change the tire. But it being on the back, I'm thinking that we don't have to unload the combine. But we left Jesse and JW back there with the flashers. They're driving at like 20 miles an hour. Brownwood is about 4 or 5 miles away up here, which Brownwood and Early are pretty much the same town. You really don't know whenever you cross over to the other one. But that's our hometown, so we're like 4 miles away from home. So the distance of the tire has to move out. You have to move this ramp, but the combine's sitting on the ramp. So we're going to have to unload the combine because that's not going to fit between there to take the tire off. That's pretty handy. Blaming it on you.
I was not driving.
But since we're going to be unloading the combine, we're just going to take the empty trailer to the shop and change the tire there. And I guess we're just going to have to road the combine back home, which that's probably not going to take too long. Anyways, this kind of took a turn on today's plans. Well, I guess we're going back on the road. We're just gonna leave the number 1 combine right here, and then Cody and I are gonna come pick it up later today and take that to the shop. You know, last year we had 0 tire trouble, so we were pretty due for some tires blowing out, I guess. But Dad was saying how it blew out, like the middle of the tire kind of let loose. We're thinking that we picked up a nail or something happened to that tire and it got low. So while the tire was low and the combine was obviously loaded, it just slung the middle out. It happens, I guess. Well, it looks like we got here in just the nick of time. There seems to be a storm brewing to the south, but we have officially unloaded everything back at the shop. I guess minus the number 1 combine and the number 1 header. We have to go get that. All right, we're gonna hit the road. Well, everyone, we officially have everything landed back at the shop. And I would say everything went smoothly, but I guess the tire blowout was not smooth whatsoever. But everything got here safely, I can say that. And I'm super grateful and blessed that everything got here safely. Dibs, are you ready to get back in the combine? I know I am. I'm ready to cut some wheat again. We drove around the other day and did the rounds around all of the wheat that we have to cut here, and everything is about the same. I think everything lacks about 10 days. So today is Saturday, not Monday as in 2 days of Monday, but the next Monday I think is when we're gonna start, trying some wheat. Somewhere in that vicinity, maybe, next weekend or something like that. So we do have a little bit of downtime, which I guess gives us enough time to fix the combine trailer over there with the tire and all of that. We do have to do something with this tractor suspension. If anyone knows or has had this happen before, but the suspension won't raise all the way up. Like right now on the screen, you can go there and manually go up and down with the front suspension, and it says it's all the way up, and it's definitely not all the way up. But look at the cylinder. It's not all the way out. Matter of fact, it's nowhere even close. And it's saying it's all the way up, so I don't know. We might have to do something with that. But we have to mess with the suspension on the tractor. We have to fix the tire on the combine trailer. And then other than that, I guess everything is ready to go. Oh, actually, I'm lying. We have to go pick up a 3rd hopper from Kansas. Sometimes we rent trailers through S&S, and I guess that's Ness City, Kansas. Right here, their phone number's kind of blocked, but I don't know. If you ever need to rent a trailer, those are the people. They are really good, and we actually rented this trailer first, ran it for a year. Dad really liked it. We ended up buying it. So this year we have 3 combines, so you're gonna have to have 3 hoppers. I don't care if it's making 30 bushel, running it to the elevator and back, because everything from now on we're gonna be trucking all ourselves. It's just South Texas is a little different because the haul is really long, but we're gonna have to be getting another hopper. I think we might send Jesse to go get that sometime this week, next week, somewhere in there. And so that's gonna be showing up here in a couple of days. But other than that, I guess that's really all the news that I have for y'all. We're kind of just waiting around, waiting for the wheat to get ready. But yeah, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I'll see y'all in the next one.